edition of Your High School Sports. It's TSSAA State Championship Week. Chris Reddick is here, Chris Blevins is here, and I'm your host, Roddy Woods, and we're here talking about how many gold balls are coming back to East Tennessee. A lot of upsets last week in the quarterfinals, but, 3 schools in East Tennessee have a chance to go to Cookeville this week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Go to yourhighschoolsports.com and see the brackets. They're a little different this year, guys, because 2, 4, 6 play Thursday. The private schools, Division 1 and 2, play on Friday, and they come back with 1, 3, 5 on Saturday. So make sure you go to Your High School Sports, see the updated brackets. Let's just get into it, guys. Let's get into it. Class 1A, we have just, I'm going to go here on I'm going to Your High School Sports. So utilize Your High School Sports. Right now, there is no East Tennessee team from our area, but Whitwell, and I'll get that right, and Connorsville play for Cornersville play for the Class 1A, so I'll let you guys pick on that one.
What was the final score of the Whitwell-Greenback game?
24-21.
Well, that was
a good game.
That's a good game. Greenback is a really good team. They've had a great season, by the way, so congratulations to Greenback on a good season. We followed you all the way. That was one of my gold balls there, so I had picked 4, so that's going to take me down to 3 now, so I wouldn't have won the chocolate ball, so I hope you didn't pick like me. But congratulations to Greenback on a good season. I just thought they had a little bit more to get there, which I thought, even with that's a hard battle there. I'm not sure weather played a factor last week or not.
It did. I saw some highlights, and some of the schools that they went on the road to did not have that turf.
Oh yeah, the good old school football.
Yeah,
the weather doesn't matter. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Good old school football.
So I gotta believe that. I'll let y'all pick.
I mean, if somebody's going to beat Greenback, so I got to pick Whitwell there, so I'm going to go with them. I don't know much about them, but they can beat Greenback. They can probably win it all.
It's pretty obvious, I think, by this time, if you've been following me and my picks with Whitwell, I've been saying farewell to Whitwell 2 weeks ago.
So it's time.
Boy, have I been fooled. So with that being said, I'm going to turn the tables. Now, Cornersville, they're a team I believe returned last year
They were there
in the state
last
championship. So, tough team that they're going to be playing. But like Chris said, I mean, if you're good enough to take down a tough Greenback school who beat some good teams outside of Class A, I'm going to say hello to Whitwell.
He changed his mind. All right, let's move on to Class 2A. 2A, Meigs County and Trousdale County. Meigs County failed to Trousdale County 32-29. And Waverly lost to Peabody 35-21, so it sets up Trousdale County and Peabody. Class 2A. Another bracket that does not have a East Tennessee school.
You got a coin?
Flip it.
I'll just take Peabody. I
Sounds good, though. Peabody.
Nobody picks Peabody. What the? Let's go with Trousdale.
All right.
I guess you knew what I was going to say.
All right. You've got Class 1A and Class 2A. When we come back here on Your High School Sports, we're going to hear from Coach Rankin, Gary Rankin, his team. I asked him a question. How many times do you think they've been in a row? Alcoa has been to the finals. How many?
20.
No.
In a row?
4.
9.
They have been there 9 in a row.
9.
No, they haven't.
They've been there 9 times.
No, they haven't.
In the finals.
Not in a row.
Not in a row.
You know why I can tell you? Because about 4 or 5 years ago, there's a team called CAK.
Wait, that's right.
Beat them to go. So it's not 9 in a row.
Not 9 in a row, but
it's about 5, 4 or 5
times.
They've been there 9 times.
That'd be 4 or 5 in a row.
But that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. But how many championships does Alcoa have overall?
Oh. Y'all keep guessing. When we come back here on Your High School Sports, we're going to hear from Coach Gary Rankin when we come back. So stay right here on Your High School Sports. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Your High School Sports. On the line with me now is head coach of the Alcoa Tornadoes as they prepare for this week's state championship. Hey, Coach, welcome to Your High School Sports.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Hey, let me ask you, what number is this that you've been consecutively to the finals?
Oh, consecutively, I don't know, 7 or 8, I guess.
Okay.
Well, 213, 212. Yeah, we had 6 or 7, I'm not even sure.
You know, when you
Not enough, I can tell you that.
not enough. But when you get in a position like Alcoa has put themselves in and Coach Rankin has brought them there, you know, how do you get your team ready to go down to Cookeville this week?
Well, I mean, it's a challenge every year. I mean, it's a new senior class, and, you know, we've not had any complacency, or I haven't seen that, and I think that starts with me. It starts with our coaches. So it seems like our kids and coaches are still hungry. They're excited about getting to play in another state championship game, and, you know, that's sort of our goal every year right now. We're at that point where we can set that goal and be realistic about having a shot to get there. You know, I haven't never stood up and say we're going to win it next year or this year, but, you know, we just want a shot. We want to have an opportunity to try to get there, and our kids have done a good job doing that and taking care of business week in and week out, and it's not easy. I mean, I think sometimes there's some people in our core community maybe spoiled a little bit and think we just roll out there and come on home with a state championship trophy, but it's not like that. It's, you know, you ask the Maryville people, ask the Greenback people, ask the Catholic people. I mean, it just don't happen sometimes, so it's a challenge every day, challenge every week.
You know, this is a little bit special, though. You guys could wind up 15-0. It's a little bit different than those teams.
That's unusual because we try to get as tough a schedule as we can get year in and year out, and that's not really our goal. And nothing we ever talk about is being undefeated. Now, our goal is to always try to win the state championship, and to go undefeated when you've got Maryville and Dobbins Bennett and Austin East and people like that on your schedule, it's a pretty good undertaking. And the next couple of years, it's going to be a little tougher schedule. So, not necessarily shooting for undefeated seasons when we're trying to shoot the state championship for sure.
All right, let's talk about your opponent this week. Tell me about them.
Well, Covington, we played them last year, and they're one of the best programs in West Tennessee. There's no doubt. Maybe one of the most solid year in and year out programs in 3A in West Tennessee. Coach Wheeler does a great job. He's got a good staff. They have athletes. They're always physical. You know, I think the second year we played them, they were undefeated. So, good football program, good team. Probably a little better offensively than they were last year. And got a lot of their skill people back. Most of their skill people are back, so like us. So, they've been taking care of business pretty good week in and week out. Had a couple of close games lately in the playoffs, but so did we.
Coach, tell me what Alcoa has to do to come back with a gold ball.
Well, we've almost been phenomenal down there as far as taking care of the football. I think since I've been here, we've played in 9 state championship games and 10 maybe 10 state championship games. We only have 6 turnovers, so that's really an unheard statistic. And you know, I think it's the first thing you got to do is take care of the football and go from there. And you know, they got some big play opportunity people. We'll have to keep them from making big plays and see if we can contain them a little bit.
How's the health of your football team?
Pretty good. We got beat up a little bit the last week or so, and we haven't been beat up all year. Got a big linebacker fullback that didn't play last week, and hopefully we can get it back this week. But I guess overall this time of year we're in good shape.
All right, Coach, we appreciate you taking the time out of your day to talk to us here on Your High School Sports, and good luck this week as you take on Covington.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Coach. We just heard from Gary Rankin. His team, they're going again.
Ooh, again and again and again.
But, you know, something special, he and I had a little conversation off the phone, something special. They could be 15-0. Okay, they've won state championships.
So it means every time they go, they win.
No. A season. They could be perfect.
On the field. Yeah, because
yeah.
I get where you're coming because that's something special. Even though Alcoa is a high-powered team, they always have one loss with those championships because of
Maryville.
Exactly. Yeah, I forgot about that. Good one. That's a good one.
Because I tried to get him to kind of comment on it, but he said no. He said, I asked him, I said, Coach, your team, are you on all cylinders? He said he had one player hurt last week that did not play. His big linebacker did not play, but he'll be well to play against Covington. All right.
Yeah, they got something to play for.
They sure
undefeated
do.
Season. That's I like that.
All right, so
I guess we know what we're picking. I guess. didn't even ask.
Congratulations on a great season. Thank you for being on your high school.
So both of y'all picking out cool. Okay. I'll move on to Class 4A then. Class 4A. The machine, guys. The machine rolled down 40 and rolled over Maplewood. I text you the score. Both of y'all the score, right?
First quarter.
35-3.
Woo! No, it's 35 to
Zip it. First
it was
quarter.
35 to zip. Then it was 35-8 forever.
Yeah, but did they even have their first team in after that? I mean,
Well, we'll hear from Coach Ballard later on, but let me tell you a couple things he said. They jumped out. That's the thing you've pointed out all year. Greenville comes out, hits you in the mouth first off the bat, and then you go. He said they came out, they went right down the field, scored, kicked off to Maplewood. Maplewood fumble. It's 14-0.
You can't make a mistake with Greenville. You can't even slip for a second. I mean, a mistake against Greenville is 2 touchdowns.
You're
right.
You make a mistake because usually they already scored on you.
Yep.
Then you make a mistake, there's another one, there's 2. Next time you make a mistake again, they done scored again.
21-0.
So you got to get it from the get-go, and you got to find a way to slow them down. And I think I pretty much think Greenville's winning before I pick my pick. But the reason why Greenville does so good is because nobody can find the blueprint because you can't slow them down. They decide to pick away, and they do it every single week. And we watch all these scores, and it's just a beat down from the get-go.
They have a type of team that they can just literally line up and play grass cutter football and just run it up the middle if they wanted to and beat. I mean, they're just physically stronger and faster than most of these teams, and they just do what they do.
Earlier today about them.
Yeah.
And I asked Coach Ballard this question, and when you see his interview, I asked him, what's the difference between this year's team and last year's team? And you said, what did you say?
This is my comparison because this is a team that I thought Elizabeth was going to beat them. Technically, Elizabeth should have won that game. They kind of fell apart second half. But between last year's team and this year's team, now listen, they got pretty much the same players. My theory was, I was like, wow, they got a state championship the previous year. It was a little tough because they had the tough Elizabeth game and they had the tough Anderson County game. But I said, imagine you being a senior and you have a good year. And you know how seniors are, because you get physically stronger that next year when you turn usually 18, 19. And you're like, what if I had another year?
Right.
That's kind of like what this team feels like. It feels like they got this extra year, and these guys just came back more bulk and powerful because I can always remember, like, just my year going from high school and my freshman year in college, I'd come back and people are like, oh, you bulked up, look stronger. And that's how this team looks. It looks like a little college team.
Yeah, so
what coach said?
Let me give you a quick little advice, though. I think you should go down at 3 o'clock on Thursday and watch this game. But let me give you one tip advice. Get there about 30 minutes early because the biggest play of the game is going to be the coin toss. If Haywood don't win the coin toss and get the ball first, you're going to miss the chance. So Haywood, focus on that flip and make sure if you're going with heads, get it down, do 20 times, work on it. Get there early and watch the coin toss. It's going to be super important for Haywood.
You already agree. He's got a coin toss.
But that's got to be key point because a team like that, you want to smash them out first.
And get the ball first, Haywood.
Yeah, don't be afraid. Yeah, don't be
down.
afraid.
I mean, do a 10-minute drive.
Keep him off the field.
We laugh at you exactly right. You got to have that strategy.
And if you get the coin toss, you have got one of the biggest plays of the game.
That's a good point.
So you've heard it right there. You've heard from the two Chris's. They've had their picks. We're going to hear from Coach Ballard as soon as we're going to hear from Coach Ballard right now. And then when we come back, 2 Mr. Footballs in East Tennessee.
Oh, wow.
2 Mr. Footballs, and we're going to introduce you to those 2 guys when we come back. So stay right here on Your High School Sports. On the line now is head coach of the Greenville Green Devils, Coach Ballard. Coach, another run for you guys to see if you can repeat as state champions. How has this season been different than last season?
I don't know that it's been a whole lot different. A lot of the same guys with the same mission, to try to repeat. So, how's it been different? I don't know that it's been a whole lot different. Just a lot of hard work, a lot of perseverance and toughness, and our guys are right back where they were last year at this time at 14-0.
We talked last week, and you said going to Nashville was going to be a hard trip, going down there, you'd have to leave early, stop on the way, and get in there early. And but it sounds like the machine rolled on down at Maplewood.
Well, you know, we did. We played really well in the first half. Was a long, hard trip, but you know, our guys again are tough and conditioned for stuff like that, and we're able to handle it. You know, we got off to a great start too, which is always big in a big game. We got the quick touchdown there on the first drive, and we had a kickoff that got away from, and we were able to recover it and go score. So, you know, 14-0 pretty quick certainly helps in any game, but especially a semifinal game that's 4 hours from home.
Let's talk about Haywood County. What do you know about them, and talk about a little bit about them?
Great football team, probably as big and athletic, maybe bigger and more athletic than any we've faced so far. Some early season losses to Memphis University School, who's a big private school playing in the championship game. Lost to Briarcrest Christian, another large private school out in Memphis. And they also lost to Henry County, who's playing in the 5A state championship game. So, you know, people want to point at some losses they got, but two of those three losses are playing for state championship. So they played great opponents. They were beat up in those games. Their tailback didn't play in a couple of those games, and he's a special player. So certainly going to be a championship-style game, which it should be.
You know, it's a quick turnaround for you guys. You guys play Thursday. How does that is that good for your team, or is that bad?
You know, I don't know if it's good or bad. It is what it is at this point, and it's the cards we've been dealt, and we'll deal with it on a short week, and you know, hopefully have the guys ready to play. At this point in the year, you know, there's not a whole lot of changing going on. You do what you do with a few wrinkles here and there, but you know, it's a championship game, and it doesn't really matter when it's played. The guys got to be ready to go.
And congratulations to your quarterback on winning the Mr. Football.
Well, thank you. You know, very much deserving of the award. But, you know, again, that's as much a team award as an individual award. You got to have great teammates around you. You got to be in a great program to be able to do what he did. And but I appreciate that. And again, he's deserving, and so is our team and school for that award.
Yes, they were. Let me ask you this question, Coach. What does Greenville have to do against Haywood this Thursday?
Got to win the line of scrimmage and take care of the football.
All right. Well, you've heard it from head coach of the Greenville Green Devils. They take on Haywood this Thursday in the state championship. Coach, we wish you all the luck, and we appreciate you taking a moment to be here on Your High School Sports.
Well, thanks for having me, guys. Have a good day.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach Ballard, and the machine, as we've named him on this show.
The Green Machine.
The Green Machine. Might as well get ready for it. All right. Class 5A, a team that I would not want to play. If I was a high school coach and my team was, I would want to play Central.
Hey, you want me to comment on Central?
Go for it.
This team, like I said, I was fortunate to watch this team play earlier in the year. This team is big on the line. This is a big physical team. And the weapons they have, a lot of speed. And I think they had a few hiccups because they went, 0-2 or something like that. They lost.
They played some big games.
They played big game, but you got to remember, think about it. The first game they lost to Bristol. Bristol's way out of they got whipped by. So that lets you know that they really weren't ready. Which we've seen this before with Central. But let me tell you, if they got all cylinders running with the talent they got, I got to give it to Central to take it home for my
Second goal.
That's definitely my second. I have no comments on that. They are a great team, and they're having a remarkable season. And just go to show you, if you start off slow, you can still finish great. So good kudos to them.
Yep.
And you look at Central, and talking to coach today, and you'll hear his interview right here in a second. But
3 times in the last 3 years they've been there.
Been to semifinal.
Twice to state in 3 years.
Yep.
They're doing great.
So, but they need to win. They got to win.
They need to win. They got to win. They play Henry County. I know you guys have already pulled them already over.
It's tough, but we're going to hope Central can take care of business.
They can do it.
So let's see what Coach Reisner has to say. His Central Bobcats take on Henry County right after this. I'm on the line now with head coach of the Knox-Central Bobcats as they make their second trip to the TSSAA state championships in the last 3 years. Coach, your team has done it again. Tell us a little bit about the win over Catholic last Friday night.
It was a great program win for us. Went to a game where we're a little bit overmatched, a little bit undersized in some areas. But our kids played extremely hard. Hats off to Coach Matthews and his team. Obviously, they were the defending state champs, so we knew we would have to play one of our best games in order to be successful. But we were able to have a good game plan, and as always, kids trusted it, and we trusted them, and made some plays down the stretch to clinch the game.
We've talked a couple of weeks in a row, and you guys are at a point in your team's, let's say, the year that you're just clicking on all cylinders. Would you say that?
Yeah, I would. We've been playing at a very high level, and it hasn't been very, it's been really inconsistent. I mean, even if you look at the game last week, we were playing really well in the first half, and in the second half we kind of had some mistakes and some miscues, but we're playing more consistently than inconsistent, and the kids are continuing to make plays when we need them to, and we're trying to cut out as many mistakes as we can, and that helps you stay in the game.
Coach, let's talk about Henry County now. We don't talk a lot about them because they're from over in Middle Tennessee, but talk a little bit about Henry County, what you have to do to beat Henry County Saturday.
Yeah, so they're big and physical and well coached. I mean, really strong up front on offensive and defensive line. They like to run the ball quite a bit. So it'll be a huge test to our guys up front, which we believe is, some of our strongest players as well. So you're going to see two really good teams kind of clash, right there in Cookville. It'll be definitely worth the price of admission. Hats off to Coach Counts and everything that him and his coaching staff has done. But we're looking forward to a good game. Both of these teams have had incredible seasons, them at 13-1, us at 12-2. So just looking forward to a really good game and just, a good week of preparation.
Last question, how's the health of your football team?
Still, pretty good. Still, banged up. I mean, for 15 games, we're about as good as we can be. Nothing too catastrophic to our season. Knock on wood, obviously, got to get through one more week of practice, but our kids are still in great shape and ready to roll.
All right, Coach, we appreciate you taking a moment of your day to talk to us here on Your High School Sports, and good luck this Saturday night in the state championships.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me always.
All right, Coach, thanks. We've been talking to head coach of the Central High School Bobcats, Coach Reisner, as his team takes on Henry County this Saturday night in the state championships down in Cookville. We'll be right back here on Your High School Sports right after this.
Express Shine Car Wash. You don't want to drive around in a dirty, dirty car. You gotta get it washed, Wanna show the whole world how fine you are. Go on and get it washed, time to get it washed. Take your foot off the gas and enjoy the ride. See the soap suds fly in the colorful neon light. For a clean, clean, clean like you've never ever seen. Claymore's Express Shine Car Wash.
He sounds like a coach knowing Central knows what they're going to do.
They know what they're going to do. They just got to do it. Just do it.
He talked about how big Henry County is, but
They're big too. I mean, that's good. It'll be a good game.
Henry County, that'll be a really good match. That's going to be a good state
game.
championship
Yeah.
game.
good game.
One to watch.
6A. Let's go right quick, guys. Maryville did not make it. 38-0 versus Oakland, and on the other side, it was Ravenwood 24, Whitehaven 43. So it sets up Oakland and Whitehaven. And I tell you what, I saw some highlights from Oakland. Oof.
Well, let me tell you something I think real quick. So I've been picking against Maryville here and there throughout the past couple seasons after they lost their coach, with the new coach in, and now I'm going to put this on the record.
Okay.
Maryville got beat 38-0 by Oakland.
Yeah.
Starting next season, Maryville go on a tear. They will never lose.
Because they lost.
I'll tell you why. Because now that the teams have brought their level up to Maryville, the new coach there at Maryville has finally got his feet wet. He's in there. He's obviously won some too. Coach Hunt's won already. But now you have this. This will not happen again. Reality is hit. I don't believe that's a Maryville team that's ever. I mean, I think that's a fluke to me. But I also think Oakland, these teams have come to play these past few years. They kind of like see it a little bit. They're just biting. They're
not afraid of them.
Not afraid. Maryville will come back stronger than ever. Next year, I will never pick against Maryville.
You heard it first.
You heard it right here on your high school sports.
Because they got the thing. That's what I think is going to happen. And I believe in Coach Hunt down there in Maryville. And I think this will wake everybody up and it won't happen again.
I truly believe that. Last week when I talked to him, he knew that he was going to be up against a juggernaut.
Yeah.
You know, you beat a team in the last 30 seconds by 3 points.
A good Oakland team.
2 in week number 2. But then you got to travel. Weather was bad. It was just terrible down there. Playing on that grass surface again.
Oh, yeah.
But he won't ever let them forget that now.
Yeah,
They're going to be ready. They're going to probably go off site and practice
in the grass.
ready because they know it's coming again. They'll be ready. Oakland will be ready too now. Next season. They're going to have a gold ball coming, I think, back.
I think
They're
so
gonna
too.
be ready too.
I think if you beat Maryville,
Yeah, go ball.
I'm thinking if you beat Maryville, you beat the
in.
top. You're in.
You got
You're
some
in.
swag going on. You're feeling yourself. You're ready to go, and they'll be ready. And it's a 7:00 game on a third. Oh my gosh!
Yeah. I'm going Oakland too. They're gonna keep that train running right through.
Roll on,
White
Oakland. All right, guys. Some shout outs to 2 players from our area that won Mr. Football.
We know one of them.
Yeah, for sure.
And we know one of them for sure.
Can't make everything go.
Yeah.
Mr. Ballard
Yeah.
there.
But I like what Coach said to me when I congratulated Coach Ballard. He said, it's just not his award.
Yeah,
It's
team.
this whole team award.
Team made it responsible.
He said they're the ones that
Made it
blocked for him.
possible.
They're the ones that made the key plays and
right.
caught the passes
That's
and
right.
run the touchdowns. He said he won the award,
Yeah.
but
They
I'm
make
giving
him
it
look
to
good.
the whole team.
That's good. That's good. Team does make him look good. I mean, he should every game line them up to the biggest steakhouse in Greenville and just buy them the biggest steak. Because those guys on the line, they get the job done for him.
That's awesome.
And then our second Mr. Football came from Fulton.
Malone, Xavier Malone. He's a 4-year starter at Fulton. Always been an exceptional quarterback all 4 years. Unfortunately, his last year he couldn't get that championship, but he did bring home.
Well, Mr. Football.
Yeah.
And that's a good award, you know, and this year was a little bit different. They took all the schools that were playing in the state championship, took them down on Sunday, and they took them to Nissan Stadium, and they give out the awards and talk about them. But the thing about it is, you know, when you win an award like this is a key to your team, to your
Represents, yeah, what
program.
type of program, yeah,
you know,
exactly.
I think, you know, it's a great thing. It's a great thing.
It is.
The state does. But I tell you what, guys, it's getting close. It's getting close to, you know, what we got to do. I'm going to go first. 3.
Oh, it's easy for him to do it now.
Yeah. I mean, I already have 4, so I'm out.
You
so.
remember what he said originally?
Yeah.
I said 4 at the beginning. I thought it would be between Maryville and Greenback. I thought Greenback for sure. I did. I thought 4, but now I'm saying 3.
You know, I won this game. I don't know if it was last year. I know it was the year before. I won this game. I called it early. I'm sticking with 3. Go ahead and give me the gold ball. 3's coming home.
3. All right, 3. Remember, I just gave you some tips. Go to yourhighschoolsports.com and see the brackets. Remember, things are a little bit different now because they used to have the division that played on Thursday, but now things are different. 2, 4, 6 class go on Thursday. The division goes on Friday, and then 1, 3, 5 go on Saturday.
Okay.
So remember that. But go to Your High School Sports and see the brackets. It's been great, guys. You know, next week we'll celebrate.
One more, yep.
We'll celebrate a lot of things next week. We'll celebrate how many gold balls come back. We'll have a little Christmas cheer.
We're gonna pick our team or all.
Yeah, we'll be able to pick our
all
all.
sports team.
Yeah, we'll be able to do that. We'll have some special guests.
Special guests.
Special guests will be
Jackson
here.
from the grave. Will be back
I love it. There's never a dull moment on this show, so make sure you tune in next week for Chris Blevins and Chris Reddick. I'm Ronnie Woods, and we'll see you next week right here on Your High School Sports.